So here's your international fan reaction for today's 0-0 draw against Fulham.
Wolves against Fulham. Jesus, it's just ended. Put that in the box, Mark. Frustrating. This is Dinny here in Cork, in Middleton in Cork in Ireland. The home of Jameson whiskey. I need some whiskey after that. I think Wolves started the brighter. They had a couple of good chances that the keeper saved. And after that, did the keeper have to do much for the whole game? I think Wolves were probably the better team in the first half. And in the second half, there wasn't a whole lot going on. Very, very scrappy. I think Fulham kind of stunk the place out a bit, which when you're the promoted team from the Championship is kind of a prerequisite, really. So we won't hold that against them too much. You're allowed to stink the place out a bit. What are Wolves lacking? Oh my goodness. Like, it's a thing we're saying for a long time. An attacking midfielder, someone that can just break from midfield and link up the midfield and the forward line. Donk doesn't do that job. The kind of guy is Renato Sanchez, who's always been talked about, that type of player. And I think Wolves are missing Raul or a target man or a link up man up front big time. They're very lightweight. I have to look up the heights of everybody. So like between Hwang, Neto, Morgan Gibbs-White and Podence, and then you throw Guedes in there too. They're all lightweight players. There's no guy that can hold the ball, link the play, back to goal, bring someone else in and then run off them. The thing that Raul does, they're missing Raul. So look, hopefully Raul can come back in the next couple of weeks and hit the ground running. Oh, I'm not going to say much more than that. My match rating, I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. There's just a lot of kind of headless chicken running, like, from almost all of them. My big positive I'm taking out of the game, Sa was okay, his penalty save, but Collins and Kilman are my big positive. If I could give the two of them a combined man of the match, I would. But Ruben Neves gets my man of the match. While there wasn't a huge amount happening offensively, defensively he was great. I give a little shout out to Morgan Gibbs-White, even though he did do his little flicks and tricks which were frustrating. He was tracking back pretty well a few times, but Neves tracking back, even though he's booked, he's flying into tackles and winning balls, winning headers. So Neves is my man of the match, but a frustrating day, and now Spurs is next, so good luck with that one. So that's Dinny signing off. Peace everyone, bye bye.
Hey Dave, David New York Wolves here. Wolves 0, Fulham 0. If we're all honest, I don't think anybody's going to be happy with that result. We need to be beating the likes of Fulham. So, very disappointing to not score and not win that game. I know they just came up, they got a fire in their belly, they had a good result against Liverpool last week, but, let's be frank, we should be beating the likes of Fulham, and it's worrying that, we didn't really look like scoring other than those, couple of breakaway chances, where their goalie spilled it, where Gibbs-White skied it over the bar. We had a lot of possession, we did some good stuff, but again, we don't look like we have that killer edge. Hopefully Guedes will change that. Hopefully, obviously, getting Raul back and maybe some other signings will help. I think we missed Moutinho in the middle. Neves had a great game, but Moutinho really brings something. So hopefully, teething problems, like I said last week, with the new back four system, and getting a few players back to fitness and maybe bringing a couple of others and getting used to the changes that Bruno's trying to push. Hopefully, we'll get on track soon. Because if we drag on like this much longer, then we all know the R word will start cropping up. I do think we've got a good enough squad to not have to worry about that, but we need to get results on the board. I think Aït-Nouri was foolish tackle that was. You don't have to dive in there in the penalty box, but he's a young player, he'll learn from that, and I think now Samido's back, I think we might see Samido at right back and Johnny at left next week. Give Aït-Nouri a little bit of time out of the spotlight. Hopefully Moutinho's back, and I feel like we always raise our game against the quote-unquote bigger teams, so maybe away to Tottenham is going to be our chance to shine. Great to see Sarr save a penalty though, finally. Every time the other team gets one, I always think one of these days Sarr is going to save one, and thankfully it was today, because I think losing obviously would have been way worse, not just losing a point, but just the way that looks to lose at home to a newly promoted team. So, you know, a lot we need to work on, a lot we need to improve. I'm hoping it'll click soon. But that's about it. I will talk to you soon.
Hi there, Chris here in Athens. So, Wolves 0, Fulham 0. I think on balance, Wolves a slightly better side, but once again failing to find the net. You would have hoped that Neto would have put that away in the corner in the first half, early in the first half, and then Hwang with the same chance. Yeah, again, you know, you'd expect them to score. Another chance where Neto knocked it across the goal, falls to Podence. Again, you'd expect the players to score. Yeah, disappointing really that Wolves didn't win the game. Their penalty, absolutely clear penalty, silly mistake from Ait Nouri, and fortunately Jose saved the point for us. I think going forward, Collins and Kilman look very good at the back, very strong. For me, maybe Collins was man of the match, but Traore came on and didn't do anything, hardly touched the ball. I didn't think it was his kind of game at all. It wasn't counter-attacking football where he could use his speed. And yeah, also the new player came on, kind of disappeared into the background, didn't really understand we'd made any changes or there was anyone new on the pitch. You have to say at this point it doesn't look particularly great for Wolves. 2 games where, looking at the beginning of the season, you'd have hoped for us to have got, we'd have hoped to have 3 points on the scoreboard by now, let's be honest. Yeah, hoping that we've got some better football coming forward. Again, I think on balance we should have won this game. We should have been 3 points. We didn't put our chances away, so we have to do that. I think I've seen a few comments saying we need a midfielder and an attacker. Yep, I agree with that. And also Morgan Gibbs-White, the back heel, okay, fair enough, but I think we gave the ball away too easily, too many times, trying to do fancy things when simply might have been more effective. Hoping for better next time. Always Wolves.
Thanks to the guys for sending in. If you want to get on the International Fan reaction post-game, just give us a shout. Until the next one, always Wolves.